Hey guys, I thought this morning instead of spending a bunch of time replying to comments on the comment threads that I would just make a video with my replies. Okay, here's one. Lil Mama. I love her comments, by the way. She always just cuts right through the bull. She commented 21 hours ago, and the cover-up is life insurance her mother had because you can't collect on suicide. Desert Fox said, never thought of that. Lisa said, it might be you can't collect if it happens in the first 2 years. And then our resident nurse said, yeah, they just collected $375,000 from Chris's policy and his parents got $75,000. I think that's interesting that our resident nurse would know that because, and I'm not throwing any shade on our resident nurse, but obviously she has seen it on other channels. Wasn't there a gag order? I thought there was a gag order. So how is it that numbers are flying all over? I'm not sure. And then Lisa responded 10 hours ago with a quote from Googling, okay? And whatever it was she Googled, or whatever it was she found when she Googled was dated December 9th of 2020. Quote, does life insurance cover death by suicide? Most life insurance policies have a suicide clause. This means that if the policyholder commits suicide within the first 2 years of the policy, then the beneficiaries will not receive the payout. Well, then Ms. Mensah chimed in, that's me, 9 hours ago. The policy was not taken out in 2020 under 2020 norms. It was initially taken out way back when, and way back when the norm may have been far different. Lisa said 8 hours ago, I just read an article written in 1993 for a law journal that indicates there were suicide clauses at that time. I can copy the text, or no, I can't copy the text, but I can link the article. And then she copied the text here, 8 hours ago. And the question is, do life insurance policies have suicide exclusions? And then, oh wait, this is another one from 2020. I didn't see this one before. And so the bottom line for that one was, it says at the last part, the answer is, it depends. And then she did copy and paste the thing from the 1993 article. And get this, it's kind of lengthy, so I won't read the whole thing, but it's talking about the clauses that are added into insurance policies. And it says a life insurance policy may also contain a separate clause or suicide exclusion that excludes death benefits if the policy owner's death is the result of a suicide within a limited period of time as established by state law, typically 2 years or 1 year in North Dakota, after the policy's coverage becomes effective. How long has the policy been in place? So when wondering if a life insurance policy will pay a death benefit following a suicide, a good rule of thumb is to look at how long the policy has been in place. If the policy is less than 2 years old, it's possible the claim could be denied under either the policy's incontestable clause or the suicide exclusion. Now get this. Okay, we were talking about suicide exclusions, right? And Lisa really, searched this out and posted a couple of really good articles specific to what the discussion was. And the sentence just jumped off the page. Watch this, or off the screen or whatever. Quote, however, there is no limit to the time period in which an insurance company can investigate and deny a claim if an applicant knowingly provided false information about their health history, including any previous mental health issues. And then Ms. Mensah, that's me, chimed in 5 hours ago. Check out that last sentence. And then Lisa said, Oh, I saw that, LOL. I think if you don't disclose that sort of thing, it's considered fraud. And then Lisa said, I wonder what would cause an insurance company to investigate. Probably one thing might be the autopsy, if it showed meds that align with mental health issues. Or maybe if it showed, I'm not reading Lisa's comment now, this is me talking. Maybe if it showed, scars, right? But remember, Christopher Watts' wife's autopsy said no scars. Remember? I thought that was interesting. Okay, new topic. Something else that I thought was interesting last evening. I went into the Zav Girl live chat. I thought it might be something interesting to take a look at because Zav Girl was talking about the case in a way. I just clicked on it and thought, oh, it looks like she's actually, offering a place to actually discuss the case, right? Wrong. Unless you're one of the scumbag attackers, watch out. Because Zav Girl's own moderators were absolutely harassing and attacking and promoting hatred against me as soon as I commented. And all I commented was something to the effect of, I don't think that NK really had anything to do with this. There were other people commenting the same thing, that they did not believe that NK had anything to do with the case of Christopher Watts. You do know there are literally thousands of us who absolutely, firmly believe that NK had absolutely nothing to do with the tragedy. Because what most of you don't know is that any involvement by NK was already debunked in 2018. You guys come on board and act like it's a thing. It isn't a thing. But it sure is a good way to stay away from discussing the actual case, isn't it? Whether you know it or not, if you're promoting the fallacy that NK had anything to do with anything, then you're playing along with the BS narrative. But that's not what I wanted to talk about. What I want to talk about is the fact that Zav Girl took part in the abuse and harassment. And I know she sits up there and acts like she's just kind of bumbling, like hee and stuff. She's a nice person. She seems to be a very nice person. Like maybe a little bit too naive for what she's trying to pull off. Because she sat there and she encouraged it. And here's what I noticed. I sent her an email and I sent her screenshots of the bullshit crap comments that were being made by her moderators who were not discussing the case at all. They were getting the people in the chat riled up and getting them to jump on board and to start the hate campaign and the harassment bullshit too. I could hear Zav Girl's little phone ringing, right? Every time she got an email, her phone would go bleep, 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 right? There was a 4 to 5 minute delay. A 4 to 5 minute delay. Zav Girl and I live in the same state, so that pretty much means we're in the same time zone, right? And I'm throwing that out there just to be sarcastic, I guess, because obviously when you hit enter to send an email, it doesn't take 5 minutes for it to arrive. Yet for some reason, the emails that I was sending to Zav Girl, showing her examples of the abuse that she's allowing to go on in her live chat, there was a 4 to 5 minute delay each time. And get this, the worst moderator of all, the one who got the whole thing going, the one who was egging other people on, after Zav Girl checked her email one time, she said, "Hi, oh hey," to that particular moderator. She wasn't running through saying hi to people at that moment at all. But she got an email, and her response to the email that she saw was to go, hey, to the moderator that was responsible for initiating the hatred and harassment in her live chat. So what does that tell you? I am disgusted by what I saw. And I'll tell you something else. I am no fan of the Kim the Circus routine, okay? No fan whatsoever. I think that the Watts family would have been smart a long time ago to hire a lawyer for their son and to hire a lawyer for themselves. So that way when people like the Kim person contact them, then they can just give her the phone number to their lawyer. If people calling them, want to call and say, oh, we can help, then they can tell the lawyer, and the lawyer can tell them whether or not they should ever bother to call again. So I'm no fan of the Kim person at all. I don't think she has brought anything new to the table. I think she's basically watched and learned from all the other channels and all the other Facebook groups and discussion groups and channels. And I think she's pretty much just regurgitating the stuff that she has learned over the last couple of years. However, that being said, the Kim person showed up in the live chat. And Zav Girl tolerated and even encouraged the bullshit to go on. These people are calling themselves adults? I don't think so. They're going on and on bashing the Kim person. And I bash her to the degree of I don't believe what she's saying half the time. I don't watch her. When people send me clips, I go, oh, brother, are you kidding me? And I even did a video yesterday that I highly doubt that somebody's calling a prison and giving them a detailed, list of the topics of conversation that they had hoped to have with Christopher Watts. I mean, logic and reason would dictate that he's probably not boring the switchboard operator with all of his reasons for calling. And if he did, I highly doubt that one of the reasons he'd be calling would be to discuss Kim's channel. So anyway, all of that being said, how dare they do nothing but insult, ridicule, harass, and attack others. They're not discussing the case at all. Not at all. And Zav Girl sits there laughing about it. At one point, she finally said something to the effect of everyone should just, realize that I don't want you to be talking bad about people, da-da-da-da-da. And then from that point forward, guess what? It continued and she did nothing about it. And her little excuse was that, she can't do everything. She can't do both things. Blah, 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 blah. Well, then you know what? Stop pretending to have a channel then. Stop pretending that you have a channel that's discussing the case of Christopher Watts if all you are doing is offering a breeding ground for the scumbag attackers to be harassing and hating on other people. That channel is nothing but hatred. Absolute hatred. Well, Zav Girl sits up there giggling about it and trying to act flustered about it. Well, maybe she's flustered because of all those emails she's getting from whoever it is who's actually reading the emails that people are sending to her and then responding by sending her an email telling her to say hi to the moderator who happened to have been initiating the harassment. I am disgusted by what I see. She is no different than Alice Cooper, who also, I notice, gets really flustered very quickly when her phone's ringing off the hook and she's not answering it. And her husband's saying, the phone's ringing, like she couldn't hear it herself, and you can kind of tell by her expression that she's probably having that thought. Zav Girl and Alice Cooper both are looking and acting mighty stressed because it looks like they're trying to keep up with whatever it is they're being told to do and say. And there's another one too. Look at Mia. Mia's exhausted. Did you see her hit her dog the other day? She hit her dog. She absolutely hit her dog in anger. Pulled her hand right up and hit her dog. Mia hits her dog? These women are getting stressed, you guys, and I'll tell you why. Because whoever is handling them doesn't seem to be giving a shit about what they're telling them to do, about the impact or the effect that having to do those things, and I shouldn't say having to do, they don't have to do. They should stand up and they should stop abusing other people. I am so tired of the scumbag attackers going, oh, Miss Mensah, she hates Christopher Watt's wife. This isn't the channel with hate. I'll tell you the channels with hate is Zav Girl's channel, Alice Cooper's channel, and Mia's channel. And I'm not saying that Mia's a hater, although I do think that Zev Girl and Alice Cooper are. I don't think Mia is. But Mia's live chat is full of nothing but scumbag attackers, just like Zav Girl's and just like Alice Cooper's. You know, if you get on one of the avocado channels, you see, it's obvious. They admit it, that they're scumbag attackers, right? They're proud of it even, which is so sad. But it's the channels like Zav Girls. It's the channels like Alice Cooper's. It's the channels like Mia's, where it isn't quite so obvious. But if you listen, you'll hear their little phones going off, because they are all three being told what to do. Is there a cover-up in this case? Gee, what do you think? And let's go back to that last sentence again of the comment. However, quote, however, there is no limit to the time period in which an insurance company can investigate and deny a claim if an applicant knowingly provided false information about their health history, including any previous mental health issues. Everybody, have a great day. Watch out when you're in those live chats, because I'm here to tell you, you have been lied to. If you've been discussing this case for over 2 years, you've been getting lied to for over 2 years by those scumbag channels. You have absolutely been getting lied to. And you know, along comes Kim the Circus, and I think she's lying too. I don't think she's any different. And quite frankly, I'm pretty much convinced at this point that she's probably not working on behalf of the Watts family after all. Just my opinion. At the same time, the crap that the hater channels are saying, in my opinion, is 10,000 times worse than anything that Kim the Circus has said so far. And all of it is a hell of a lot worse than those of us on this channel who are simply discussing the case and who are of the opinion that it is reasonable to believe that Christopher Watts was telling the truth when he said that he did not murder his children, Bella and Cece Watts.